All right. Victor Chevrolet Boys podcast right here. Don't know if that's the name of the podcast, Yates, but just sounded good so far. If anything, maybe we'll ask our viewers and our customers what goes well.
Good.
But so we got Chris Yates here. We're actually at our GMC location in St. Joe, which that means we have two lots.
That is correct.
What's the positive about having, two locations that are, really pretty close
Probably
to one another?
7 minutes apart, I would guess.
Is that a negative thing?
No, it's a plus thing. I mean, like if somebody comes here looking for a used car, we can run up the road, take them to Savannah, bring them down here, go get the car. If somebody wants a Chevy, we take them up to the Chevy store in Savannah. So it's inventory wise. I mean, if you got 100 on that lot, 100 on this lot, you got 200 cars to choose from. So it gives our salespeople a lot of, I would say, a lot of flexibility and a lot more to choose from.
Sure. And I noticed that definitely helps. It helps our sales guys. It helps our customers, just sharing inventory back and
Absolutely.
forth. And then if someone gets down here and say if they want to go to a new Chevy, sales guy hops in the vehicle and brings them on up.
Absolutely.
And then vice versa. Yep. So helps us with our brand.
Yep.
And we have other locations too.
Smithville, Paola, Garnett, Kansas. So yeah, we have GMC and Chevy at those locations too.
So if someone's looking for a pre-owned vehicle, I know you look at it, the inventory of all the stores more than I do, because I'm basically just in Savannah, and I look at their inventory all the time. About how many pre-owned vehicles over all those lots do you think we have?
Probably 1,000, I would guess, 800 to 1,000. Just give and take, what time of the month it is, how many, somebody may have sold 50 already for the month, so that, I'd cut the inventory a little short. But yeah, probably I'd guess somewhere between 800 and 1,000 cars to choose from.
So, to our customers, if you guys come to Victory Chevrolet and we don't have the inventory, we definitely can get it for you. And then vice versa, if you stop here in St. Joe as well and see Chris, if they don't have the inventory here, then we're able to normally find you the vehicle you're looking for. So
we have about anything you want.
Well, that's why we're more of a volume selling dealership, and I'll pass this back to Chris, because Chris is kind of you are one of the main guys that really built Victory Chevrolet in Savannah from the ground up, because you guys started with how many employees there?
It was me, Alex, Billy, Steve Colson, and Ken Lena walked in the first day on April the 15th in 2016.
And about how many cars were you selling, the first month?
The first month, the previous month before we took over, they had sold 8 cars there. The first month we was there, we sold 81 cars.
And that just goes back to your philosophy of volume selling.
Absolutely.
Can you kind of explain what volume selling? Because some of our customers, when we tell our customers, hey, we're volume selling, some of them really don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, as I've told the managers here the other day, if somebody walks in and we close to a car deal, manufacture a car deal. I used to be the genius of manufacturing car deals. When there wasn't a car deal there, you just make it happen, because I feel like over time, I mean, that customer, you may not make any money on that car deal. You may lose a little money on that car deal, but in time, service, the customers they send you, the word of mouth. When we first walked in Savannah up there, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together as far as advertising, anything like that. I didn't even have a Facebook page. Alex told me, says, Yates, you got to get a Facebook page. I go, well, I don't need a Facebook page. I wasn't a Facebook guy at the time, no social media. So he said, we need that, because that's how we're going to get our name out. So really, thanks to Alex for making me, the young guys back in the day, for making me get a Facebook page. But that's all we had then. We just started every time we sold a customer, we put them on there. Every little thing, that is the only advertising when we started out up there that we had. So, I mean, that's just in word of mouth. I mean, it's just, hey, go up there, they'll take care of it. And I think everybody knows we walked in 2016, and everybody knows me, all the people that work with me. I mean, we're all about taking care of the customer. That's the main thing. The money takes care of itself. I mean, in volume, you sell. I mean, I would say instead of making a big amount of money on one person, just a little bit at a time, and it takes care of them. And it gets a person that really don't have a car, that needs a car. Let's take care of them, get them a car, because one of these days they may be able to buy a more expensive car. And just it's worked. A lot of people don't believe it works, but it works.
I would definitely agree with that. I think it definitely works. I think when the whole COVID came through, a few years ago, that was one of our kind of a pact we all made was, hey, we're not going to sell anything over MSRP.
No, absolutely
And
not.
some people were like, well, why would you do that? Well, it kind of goes back to what Chris is saying about the volume and over time, because we knew we were going to see those customers back.
Absolutely.
We have so many year over year sales or I mean, heck, we know people that trade every 6 months.
Oh, I know. I got farmers that trade 3 times a year because of the mileage factor and Duramaxes. So yeah, but yeah, that you're right on that. That is correct.
If we sold them over sticker, then when they come back in a year or even 2 years, heck, maybe even 3 years, we'd be put in a bad situation. We'd have to set with them and break some news we probably wouldn't like.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of, COVID was a strange time. It was like an unknown for all of us. Nobody knew what was going to happen. I mean, we didn't know if we was going to keep the doors open. And at that time, all the managers, all the salespeople kind of would work a day, and we'd kind of separate all of them. Hey, you work this day, you work that way. All the managers kind of took the phone up, done the internet. The managers kind of worked the stores and was the salespeople, and whatever salespeople was there that day, they got that car deal. So that time there, we really didn't know what was going to happen. And it was just a little muddy water we was wading through there, and it worked itself out. But the thing that we all knew the whole time, there was a lot of times that you couldn't find a car, and people was trying to find a car, and it was desperate to find a car. And one thing that we all said, that we all sat down when it started and said, we are not going to take advantage of people. We are not going to sell stuff over MSRP. I'm not going to do business that way. Never have. And, it's been good for us. And we just didn't do it. And I think everybody said, when COVID is over, and it is going to be over one of these days, people remember us. I mean, there's a lot of dealers that wouldn't do supplier then, GMS, family discounts, a lot of people, but we did, because when all that was said and done, here we are. COVID's over now. We say it every day, COVID's over. So, hopefully those people remember us for not taking advantage of people during that time.
Yeah, I think they will. And, kind of goes back to it, Chris, and you kind of set this foundation of at all these locations now, but even if people don't remember, we know we've done the right thing.
Absolutely.
So, and
absolutely.
And you've taught that since day one, since I've been with the Victory organization. So, and it's good, because as a guy that I can set down and make a deal with the customer, and then I can go home to my family and I can sleep at night.
Sleep good.
I sleep well. And then, if I see those customers out, I don't mind waving them and saying hi. I'm not hiding my face like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see them,
Yeah.
We don't have that. And I think that's helped, not selling over MSRP and making sure everybody gets a good deal.
Absolutely. So. I mean, I remember times over the years where I've told people, and people that's worked with me has told people, hey, you really don't need a new car right now. I mean, a story that goes back years ago, a elderly lady came in, and she just thought it was time to trade. It was time. She had a car that didn't have probably 40,000 miles. Now, it didn't have a straight fender on it. I think she'd hit about everything but the Powerball. But she didn't need a car. And I told her, I said, ma'am, you really don't need a car. I think she was probably close to pushing 90 years old, and she didn't need a car. She was fine with the car that she was in, but she got, somebody had told her that she needed to trade. But I mean, just things like that. And it happens every day in all our stores, just do the right thing. Just somebody don't need to trade, or somebody don't, just. And I think all of our crew at all the stores do that.
Yeah, I would say we all try to put our customers in the best situation,
Absolutely.
just because we know we're going to see them again.
I don't want you to buy one car from us. I want you to buy every one of them. I want from now your kids, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins. I want your whole family to say, "Hey, Victory is a place to go."
And that just goes back to that what we started talking about, just volume.
Yep.
That's when our customers ask, "What do you mean volume?" That's the volume.
Absolutely.
Selling everyone that you know and their friends and family, and them coming back, and them being able to come back 2 or 3 years, still being a good situation, and not being a terrible situation. So um, I tell you another thing. I don't know if you guys know this about Chris Yates, but he kind of likes to hunt a little bit.
I try.
So, what's the last trip you've been on?
I went to New Zealand and hunted a red stag.
Man, what was that like?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Go to a different country like that and see the way, because it was totally different. It's like you drifted back into 1980 something. I mean, it's just a totally different lifestyle, totally different world. I mean, it was just totally different.
So it just kind of goes back. I know there's about 3 things that you don't say no to. You don't say no to a car deal, and you don't say no to a hunting trip. And
No.
I bet you don't say no to those girls that you have at home either. So
That's a fact.
so back on the hunting, what makes you get into hunting so much and appreciate it?
I think it's just something. I mean, when I'm hunting, like if I went deer hunting this afternoon, you get out there and you're most of the time, like before you hunt at, your cell phone don't work half the time. So you get out there, you relax. It just kind of takes your mind off everything. And it's just, I mean, I went turkey hunting and killed a turkey not too long ago, and to be out there before daylight and to hear God's creation, just wake up in the morning, the birds are chirping, and I mean, it just kind of does something to your soul. I mean, it kind of does something, and just, it's hard to explain. I mean, it's the killing of a deer or a red stag or a buffalo or anything like that. That's just a bonus. If you kill something or you harvest an animal, I mean, that's a bonus. The fun part and the good part is being out in God's great outdoors and just enjoying yourself and taking your mind off everything, which is hard to do when your phone rings and buzzes about every 10 seconds. But
Sure.
it does.
Well, I know you like to hunt quite a bit, and I know you're really connected with the farmers in Northwest
Yep.
Missouri and Northeast Kansas at that point. I know we're located in Missouri, but um, I don't want to think I want to let Northeast Kansas know that we're still here for
Understand.
them as well, because
We
we
have
have
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
customers.
customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of customers over that side of the river. So, and you're connected with them really well. Um, what made you really connect with the farming community?
So back about 2012, 13, so I think it was 11 or 12, a lot of my buddies are farmers. I mean, they hunt and fish just like I do. A lot of them, and we started a deal back then that if you had a Duramax pickup, you could trade every year. And a lot of these were young guys. I mean, they're a lot older now, real successful farmers. And so back then we would go, we need to figure out a way where I can have a Duramax pickup paid for, no payment, no maintenance, no anything. So we started a deal. I said, hey, here's what we'll do. You bring me the truck. I'll order you another truck, and every year we'll trade for $5,000 difference. That way you have no maintenance. You don't have to put tires. You don't have to put brakes. You don't have to put nothing on there. Just keep it like under 20,000 miles. You come back to next year, trade truck for truck, $5,000 a year, and you take that $5,000, save you up $5,000 or whatever. You put that $5,000 down as cash. You keep your payments rolling like they are now. You pay that down. I said in 5 or 6 years, you'll have a truck that's paid for. Now, guess what? All of them have trucks that are paid for now because that program started back then. That's how it all started back in the day. Now, has it changed and evolved? It has. It has.
Well, people want to know why it's changed, and there's multiple factors why it's changed.
Yeah.
one of the big factors is um, just the sticker price of the vehicles have gone up
tremendously.
so much. And if there's any guys that wish that the sticker was a little lower, it's two guys sitting at this table,
Oh,
because if they're a little lower, guess what we get to do?
sell more trucks.
Boom. So and there's other factors in as well, with we were really spoiled for quite a few years on the interest rate.
Yeah.
And then so once rates are a little up and you got the sticker price of it up, which that drives the used car prices up a little bit, and that second owner of those trucks that people were trading in that only had 20,000 miles on, or their payment per month not too low.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and a lot of things, as we said a while ago, COVID's over now, so a lot of things. I was talking to some people work at John Deere the other day, like combines and planters and sprayers. Everything has just like double, triple, quadrupled in price. And same way with this. I mean, me and Billy was talking yesterday. A Trail Boss 3 years ago, MSRP was like a half-ton Trail Boss was $48,000. A custom Trail Boss. What's that truck now?
Not today, bud.
60 what?
You're 63, 64.
Yeah, same truck. I mean, it's the exact same truck, and it's just like everything else. Everything, seed gone up, and I think 99% of people understand that. Some people don't understand it, and hopefully, they will. But I mean, it's just got expensive. Everything has went up, and the problem now is, well, that price is still high, and now the used market, skid steers, tractors, trucks, everything, the used market has corrected itself back down. So now that puts that gap in there, and it is hard to trade for $5,000. I hope, now this is just my hope, that when we go from a 24 to a 25 and everything kind of corrects itself, hopefully we can get back to $5,000, which, we still, everybody asks me every day, so what are you doing now? We try to stay as close to $5,000 as we can. Is it $5,000? No, but I mean, just stick with us. I remember a time when we changed body styles from 2019 to 2020. We took a bloodbath. I mean, but in my mind, I said, I owe it to all these people that's been with me since 2012, all the guys that made us what we are today. I mean, if it wasn't for that Duramax deal, we wouldn't be where we at today. I mean, we sold a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to count how many Duramaxes we have sold at all the locations, but back in 19 to 20, how bad was that bloodbath? I mean, we was losing $6,000 to $7,000 on every pickup, but we fought our way out of it. We figured out how to do it, and eventually, the used market corrected itself back up once we got to the new body style from 2021. So I'm hoping that happens again. But the economy has got to get right again.
Yeah, it's got to correct it. It'll help correct itself. Yeah. Because I do know one thing. Are we at 5,000? No. Are we going to get as close as we can? Yes. And there's no doubt in my mind you're not going to go find an HD.
No.
Anywhere else.
Oh, no.
Cheaper.
If you do, buy it. And call us, and we'll buy it from you.
Right. Because we are still very, very aggressive.
Yeah.
We know that's one of the core plans of our philosophy is to make sure that we sell every new HD we possibly can. So are we going to be at $5,000? No, but gosh, we're going to try our best to get there, and we'll scratch, claw, and dig whatever we need to do. So,
and here's one more thing too. We're going to be the cheapest, but there's one thing that I can tell you about all of the dealerships. If you call me or you call D. Mitch, if he's your customer, and if you call him, Billy, anybody that works anywhere, if you have a problem at 2:00 in the morning or on a Sunday or anytime like that, we're going to come take care of you.
100%.
I mean, I think that's what separates from everybody else. We care. I mean, we actually care. I've had people call me, a farmer call me with a can't find his jack or something. In the middle of the night, they in the field it's supposed to rain. They're trying to get the crop in as fast as they can. They have a flat on their truck or something. Hey, my truck, something went wrong with it. Well, we get them another truck. I get up out of bed, or I will. I mean, and Sunday, I mean, we've had people have problems with their cars or trucks, and we go take care of them. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. And I think that separates from some other people.
Well, I think we also understand that that farmer, or even construction worker, they're using that truck as a tool.
Absolutely. It's their livelihood. It's their life.
So we understand the importance of the vehicle, the truck running, and it operating like it needs to be. So we do anything and everything to make sure they stay on the road or in the field at that matter, even if that's, taking a trip and picking up their truck and taking it back to the service department and then taking it back to them, whatever we can do to help out.
Absolutely.
We strive to be the best we can on that. That's just customer service. Talking, Chris, about, just we're wanting to sell every, friend and every family. It just kind of goes back to the St. Joe is pretty much our biggest city, our location. But at the end of it, what do you think is different about St. Joe?
So me and my wife and my first daughter, Kaylee, she was 2 then, we moved here from Mississippi in 2007. And we first came here, I mean, it was just like, wow, this is our home. And it is our home now, and has been since 2007. But when we first came here, it was just the people of St. Joe. It's 78, 80,000 people, but it still feels like a town of 10,000 people. It's just a great Midwest community that, to be honest with you, if you take care of the community of St. Joe, Northwest Missouri, the people here, and they actually know that you care, they'll take care of you. I mean, you don't have to. The customers will come, and as long as you take care of them. If it goes back to if somebody has a problem with a car or something, when they come back in here, and we do our best to try to take care of them, because you don't want to get a bad vibe or word out there that, hey, they don't take care of you. And that, to me, St. Joe was that town. It's just a small town feel that, man, I have 3 daughters now. One of that 2-year-old's in college now. And, I mean, we absolutely love it here. I wouldn't go nowhere else. I love St. Joe.
Yeah, it is and make sense of this, but it is the biggest, smallest community I've ever been a part of. And just because everyone knows everybody.
Yeah.
And I know I said this earlier about reaching out to, Northeast Kansas, because guys, we haven't forgot about you.
I like hunting Kansas too, by the way.
All right. So
there's big deer in Kansas.
But when we talk about Northwest Missouri, we're really putting Northeast Kansas, from,
Sure.
The Donovan County and the Atchison area, and up to Brown County. We're lumping you into that some, just because there's everyone in the St. Joe area. It's like everyone knows everyone.
Absolutely.
So, when we take care of you because we're going to treat you like we want to be treated.
That's exactly right.
And we understand what the most valuable advertisement that you possibly can have. Don't care if it's any social media platform. I don't care if it's a billboard, commercial. It's the word of mouth, bottom line. So
that's basically when we went to Savannah, when we first opened the door, that's all we had was word of mouth. That was it. And we knew that kind of set the foundation for everything. We knew that if we took care of those customers and they told, hey, this is a new dealership that just opened up. It's called Victory Chevrolet. You go up there and they will take care of you. And that's kind of built the foundation for all of them. I mean, I can say we bought Savannah in 2016, stayed up there 3 years and grew it to what it was then. Then we bought Smithville, and I stayed there for 3 years. But deep down, I always wanted to have a dealership in St. Joe. I wanted to come back to St. Joe because that's kind of where we started. I mean, this is where it all started, St. Joe, Savannah, and I knew so many people here. nothing wrong with Smithfield and all that. We've got a great dealership there and everything. But in my heart, I said, I want them ready to get back to St. Joe because that's my people.
Right.
That's where I live. I mean, and I want to go there and I want to start something else, and that's why we have the GMC store now.
Well, and you took a risk coming to St. Joe. You said you were back from Mississippi. We hear that Mississippi twang, and I tell you what,
Careful.
When the old conversations get heated, I tell you what, it really comes out there. And I know you guys probably don't get to see that side of them. And I've very, very little have seen that side of them. But I tell you what, that twang can start coming out.
Hey, I don't even have accent anymore. Is what everybody says.
The hell. Oh, but well, Chris, man, I appreciate you jumping on board with us. And
anytime.
I know you've always been a supporter of any new and fresh ideas. That's why we kind of started this podcast. Yep. It might be a little different from the automotive world, but I know you've been on board trying new things, and you've did that since day one coming from Mississippi. I mean,
that's
so
correct.
you're always ready to take a risk. And
I think this avenue here kind of lets people, and hopefully as it grows and grows and grows, we can have different like salespeople and technicians. And
are you trying to say I'm not very good at this?
You're
Chris?
doing a pretty good job. I'll be honest with that. I mean, you are doing a very good job.
Oh, okay.
I think you should be like the narrator of all these. You kind of head everything up, but it kind of lets people know, everybody. It's sort of like you always hear, man, I hate to go to a car dealership. Oh, I'd rather have a root canal than go to a car dealership and buy a dadgum car. Well, hopefully this lets people know we just a bunch of old rednecks that care about people, and we hunt, we fish, and that's just us. We just ordinary people. We don't try to be nothing we're not, and we truly care about our customers. And I'll tell everybody, whoever watches this, if there's ever a problem at one of the dealerships that I own part of, call me. My cell phone is everywhere posted and I have people text me all the time if there's a problem there. And, we're not perfect. We all make mistakes, but the theory to that is if we make a mistake, let's figure out how to fix it. Let's fix it right then. Let's take care of the customer. And that's what it's got. That's where we're at today. So, yeah, I mean, I think you're doing a good job, OD.
Well, I appreciate that. Even though I probably have the face for radio, not a podcast.
Probably, I wasn't going to say that. But.
I mean, I've already been getting a hard enough time about this hat I'm wearing.
That's old school,
buddy. It's coming back.
It is coming back. Do you have any of them you give to customers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. If Billy Davidson doesn't burn them all, man, he is not a fan of the rope hat.
By the way, yesterday was the grand opening, ribbon cutting of the new facility up there. And I would just tell everybody, the employees, Billy, you, everybody that was part of that, because I know we went through a moving part and we had to move all the stuff. And, you run into little hiccups here and there, but I want to tell everybody that works there and they did an awesome job. I mean, I'll never thank everybody enough for everything that everybody Sundays. And we went up there the Sunday before when we was trying to move everything, the Sunday up there. And I think every employee was up there on their day off because they feel like they're a part of this family. We are a family. We spend more time at the dealership than we do with our family. That's what we always say. So I appreciate each and every one of the people that work up there, as all the dealerships. But it's a tough gig to move everything, and it's growing pains. But I think, man, it's an awesome facility, state of the art facility, and it looks amazing. It looked amazing yesterday when we had the ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
a lot of people there.
I was thrilled with the showing, and obviously thrilled with the new dealership. I mean, the upgrades was definitely needed, and there's not a lot of overkill.
No.
It's not.
It's us.
100%.
It is us 100%. I mean, it's us,
and that's the best way to explain it. So,
yeah.
But
I do have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
How many hamburgers and hot dogs did you eat
today or yesterday?
That would be yesterday.
we had a few left over, if you know what I'm saying.
What about Josh?
Buddy Josh has been on a diet.
Yeah, he's doing.
He's
What's he doing?
He's been doing
CrossFit.
Well. CrossFit.
Yeah.
He said he had to run a mile today.
Yeah.
He said,
I do have a video where he raced a Corvette one time. So
I said, how'd that treat you, Josh? He goes, well, it treated me pretty well because I was in last and they didn't want to wait around and do the rest of the exercises, so I got out of it.
yeah, that's Josh. That's Josh.
All right, Yates. Hey, next time we're definitely getting you back on the podcast.
Anytime.
Do a little bit more talking about hunting. We got Chiefs season coming up. I know you're a big Chiefs fan.
Love the Chiefs.
And this guy he'll be rooting on the Chiefs on Sunday and be at most of the games. I know you're a big Chiefs fan, so we'll get you back on here and we'll go from there and talk a little bit about Chiefs.
Thanks
football.
for having me.
All right. This is Derek Mitchell from Victory Chevrolet in Savannah, Missouri.